All right, so to restart my story, last week I went on vacation, much needed downtime. I would say July, Destin, Florida, kind of hot. Maybe not my smartest move. Somebody thinks I'm crazy for talking to myself. I love those looks. But my wife took a candid photo of me on a lawn chair by the beach while I was asleep. And to be frank with you, I'm not carrying my weight very well. I look like one of those pregnant old guys. So I vowed I was going to start biking more, take better care of myself, start running, lifting, all the things. Monday I wake up, sore throat, headache. Stayed that way Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday, I can't stay awake. The nose is running. I'm coughing. Same thing Thursday. And today's Friday. I feel a lot better today. Anymore, if I get something like that, I guess we just used to assume that was a summer cold. But I tend to think it was COVID now, although I can't be certain because I'm not going to test. I don't see any benefit in that. I just isolate myself in the house and ride it out. So yeah, so I think I had summer COVID or a summer cold. In any event, it took everything off quite a while. So today's plan was to ride the Olentangy Trail south. Previously I had done the Olentangy Trail north. To be perfectly honest, the nomenclature Olentangy North and Olentangy South is something that I've just made up. To me, in my head, I've always divided that trail into two sections, the northern section and the southern section. The northern section is my favorite for a lot of reasons, but I don't really use the southern section that much, and this was just going to give me a fresh look at that section and give us a basis for comparison as to which one is the best. All told, the trail is about 14 or 15 miles. The Olentangy Trail actually starts downtown, and the northern section of the trail is in Worthington. I had hoped to link into the Scioto Trail and head south on the Scioto Trail and do some additional exploration, but things don't always go as planned. Off to my left here is Whetstone Park. Rode through Whetstone Park the other day. Super nice park, lots of things going on. This trail coming up on my left would actually take you up to Whetstone Park if you went there, and it takes you all the way up to High Street. So one really important change that's happening to the trail right now is two new pedestrian bridges that go across the Olentangy River. They take the trail to the west side of the bank in behind Ohio Health and Kohl's right now, and they connect Northmore Park, which this is the park, north of North Broadway, to Como Clinton Park. This project links the northern section and the southern section of the trail together. It also eliminates the need for pedestrians and cyclists to go into this neighborhood here that's being shown right now on the video, and it's shown on the map. It's the dotted black area. This will likely create a safer trail, although some concerns have been raised about the trail crossing North Broadway as close as it does to 315. The trail was already traversing the Olentangy River with two bridges, and I'm showing these bridges now. My views aren't the greatest. Just adjacent to this trail area is the Union Cemetery. I'm not sure if the Union Cemetery is accessible from the trail, although notable people interned at Union Cemetery include Woody Hayes and Chick Harley. Woody Hayes was, of course, a legendary Ohio State football coach. He lived in Upper Arlington. It's my understanding he used to walk to work from Upper Arlington to Ohio State. My favorite Woody Hayes story is one year he was recruiting. There was a player in Michigan that he felt worthy of him going to Michigan to scout. He took his coaches up there. They ran out of gas. He refused to buy gas in Michigan and had his coaches push his car back into Ohio. At this point in the video, I'm in Teller Park, just south of Lane Avenue. Off to my left is no doubt student housing. I have no idea if it's university owned. And I'm going to find that the rain goes from light or just sprinkles to heavy rain here in a second. The buildings coming up on the left, kind of the tower buildings, and I'm not sure if it's the first one we see or the second one we see, have kind of an interesting story. One of them is Lawrence Hall, which was formerly a Holiday Inn. The university bought it probably 15 years ago and converted it to student housing. Everything was going well until last year. Apparently there was a water leak and fungus was growing inside the building, so they had to shut it down. I don't really know what the status of that building is right now. I did hear that there was a class action lawsuit that was filed on behalf of the students. I guess they made a lot of the kids move to a different apartment complex, which was quite a ways from the university. So if you're to believe my weather app, which you probably shouldn't, that was a thin line of storms. They're all tracking due west, and I think they should be done for a while. The trouble with the weather app is they seem to pop up out of nowhere, which seemingly indicate that they could do that again. Of course, the they in that story is pop-up thunderstorms. To the left is Ohio Stadium, built in 1922. It is sometimes referred to as the stadium Chick Harley built. Chick was a 3-time All-American at Ohio State. His playing career was interrupted by World War I. He left to receive pilot training. I don't really know a lot about his service record. I do know that he had a condition that led to him being hospitalized in a VA hospital in Illinois, where he eventually passed away at 78. Wexter Medical Center is going to be coming to view here on my left. I don't have great views of that. That's Ohio State's hospital. I should note all along this corridor, this has been adjacent to Ohio State. It had been closed for about 15 months. They redid the Olentangy River in this section. I believe they removed some low-head dams to improve the river flow and to eliminate flooding. A lot of the landscaping in this area is kind of immature. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like in 15 years or 20 years or maybe even 10 years. This section of the trail is pretty confusing for a lot of people. I'm riding along 5th Avenue, and when I come up to Olentangy River Road, you're going to make a hairpin turn, go down, then cross under 315. I think there's going to be probably 6 lanes of 315 you're crossing, and then you're going to go back up again to Olentangy River Road. A lot of people get to Olentangy River Road, they want to keep going straight on 5th, which that is a bike path into 5th Avenue, but that's not the one that you want to be on. That's not the Olentangy. You might note that things appear to be a little bit wetter here. In fact, it's going to rain very hard. I'm going to find myself stuck under 670 at one point, and I thought I was going to have to consider living there and becoming a troll. This is kind of a cool section of the trail here. I believe I'm going under railroad underpasses. Yeah, that's right, railroad underpasses. I must be just north of the Arena District. This is an older section of the trail, and it has a lot of character. here I'm right against 315. It is not a glamorous section of the trail. The traffic noise is pretty loud, but I get surprised, and I wish you could hear my reaction here, and maybe you will. I discover the entry into the Arena District. The Arena District includes the stadiums for the Columbus Crew, the Columbus Clippers, and Nationwide Arena where the Columbus Blue Jackets play. I don't know if you've seen the lightning here yet, but we'll see lightning here. This is a pedestrian bridge, of course, crossing over the Olentangy and taking you into the district. I don't know if a lot of people do this, but it would be a pretty cool way to get to a game. Here I'm getting ready to roll up on some indoor bike parking, which I thought was pretty unique. Inside, there's a map of the bike trails, which I took a picture of. I wish I'd paid a little bit more attention to it because I'm about to be lost. The weather does break before I leave the Arena District, and I'm able to take some photos. I wish I would have paid some more attention to this photo right here, because that's the Dublin Road, and that's where Olentangy River Trail actually ends. I continue south of Dublin Road, and it's an easy break because it's right at Dublin Road. There's a stoplight, 6 lanes of traffic, and I had to push a button. But what I needed to do after I pushed that button across Dublin Road was take the next left. I missed it, didn't even see it. So this is Scioto Trail. I'm heading west, and then I'm heading north. It wasn't a complete waste of time, though, because I was able to beat someone or pass someone, even though it was a turtle. So the southern section of the Olentangy Trail definitely surprised me, despite the weather. There's some gritty sections. There's some good scenery. You're passing by Ohio State. There are a lot of advantages. You can go to the Arena District. I'm curious to hear what you think about it. Is it smash or pass? Remember, comment below, like, follow, share. Heck, none of that stuff matters. I'm going to keep doing this because it's better than yard work.